If I even hear that you out on them corners hustling, I might have to kill you myself. Find something else to do with your time, D-Mac, and be smart. Don't test your Uncle Tommy.
1 hour later.
Since last week's episode of Powerball 4 Force episode 5, and Tommy basically sending D-Mac away, and he's sending him to like the whole like school or academy thing that he's being sent off to, right? I said it in my review where I was basically joking around. I was just like, it kind of reminds me of something where Ghost was trying to like send Tariq off to college, but Tariq was just like, he didn't want to do any of that. He just wanted to like sell drugs. And it always brings back that question on what's going to be like the future for D-Mac, because D-Mac and Tariq is two different people, two different entities all together. Because while Tariq was privileged and he had a father who was basically rich and a millionaire and had the penthouse and had a life that is well deserved, rather than D-Mac, where he had to grow up in the streets and he was working with CBI, and he fell in love with the life of becoming a drug dealer, selling drugs, and being part of that life. But the thing is, now that Tommy is in his life, Tommy's trying to protect him so that way he doesn't get furtherly involved in it. But now that he killed the cop, yeah, he's messed up about it. But the thing is with D-Mac is, again, is different from Tariq, because Tariq, when he killed Ray Ray, right, that was out of revenge because Ray Ray killed Raina. And he felt like he had to make amends because he messed up, so he figured that was on him to kill Ray Ray, right? D-Mac just wants to protect. He just wants to protect, and he wants to help. But by him wanting to help, he's only messing things up for Tommy, and he doesn't realize that by him constantly trying to help Tommy out, like, oh, I'm trying to help, he's only messing things up. So it does make me wonder, like, will that, him trying to help turn into like resentment, like, okay, like, forget this, like, I'm just gonna do my own thing or whatever, which Tommy, we don't know what type of actions that Tommy's gonna do towards D-Mac, because Tommy ain't stupid. He's seen this before where Ghost was constantly trying to have Tariq not be a part of the life anymore, trying to help him out or whatever, but then at the end we all saw that Tariq shot and killed Ghost, and Tommy was there for all of that. So I don't think Tommy wants to make that same mistake with D-Mac if he's constantly trying to like tell D-Mac, like, you shouldn't really do this, and you should just like use your brain because you're really smart, you're really good with the math and the numbers, just go to school, stick to school. But D-Mac is just like, no, this is the life and I want to choose this life. And now that he's killed the guy, he wants to furtherly be involved in that life, and he wants to constantly be there and help out Tommy. But again, Tommy in the beginning, he did give like D-Mac like the whole app thing, like, okay, like, you can just stay home and you could do like the whole drug thing. But now things has changed since he killed the cop, so trying to send him to school is ultimately gonna like backfire and not work, because he's gonna make his way back. Now the real question is, like, do y'all think Tommy might, clip his own nephew to protect himself from a tragedy that could bestow him the way it bestowed Ghost? Or do you believe that there could be some other peoples that might actually, like, take out D-Mac, right? Like, if let's just say he doesn't listen and he comes back to the city and, I don't know, something happens, he gets shot, or Miguel gets a hold of him, the Serb, something along those lines, and he just gets got or whatever. But again, we're gonna save that for the comments, right? We're gonna save that for the comments. But I'm just looking at the bigger picture here, because D-Mac, the way he is, like, he's nowhere. I wouldn't say like no Ghost level, any of that. But the way like you could build D-Mac is you can have him maybe move like a Kanan, depending on how the story really goes for D-Mac, because D-Mac was really in the streets like that, and Tommy is trying to like guide him. Now the question is too, is more like, will Tommy actually help guide D-Mac? Like, if he doesn't listen, will he do the one thing that Ghost didn't do, was actually teach? Because when Tariq desperately came to Ghost, he just said, teach me the game, and Ghost was just like, I'd rather kill you rather than have you be in this life. And I wonder, will despite Tommy trying to protect D-Mac, will he just give in and be like, all right, you won't listen to me, fine, I'm going to teach you this life, despite JP's wishes of him not wanting him to be in the life anymore and want him to, like, focus on school, or they have, like, the bar together and they run the bar together, like, a father-son type thing. Like, I wonder, will the circumstances actually change where, Tommy might actually teach him, because D-Mac, we all know, like, that whole, college, or not college, but that academy, like where he's at, right? He ain't gonna want to be in that shit. He gonna be like, nah, man, I want to be out in the streets. I want to be out there with Tommy, man. I want to be out there with him. So that's why I said it's a lot different from, like Tommy and Ghost, because Tariq never really saw Ghost like that. He never really saw Ghost kill anybody. He never saw Ghost in the streets like that. He never really knew his father's Ghost persona. He never really known that about him. That's why I said it makes things really interesting in the story, because D-Mac knows Tommy, and he knows Tommy is about that life, so he wants to follow in those footsteps. But the thing is, it's just like Tommy don't want him nowhere near this life anymore, because he's just like, one, you got shot, and two, you killed the cop and you're messing up because you're trying to impress me and be involved now. But he's just like, son, I don't want you nowhere near this. And plus, now that Tommy told JP, which I love about that story, because I didn't think Tommy was going to tell JP anything. I thought he was just going to keep that big reveal to himself, but he told JP about it. So now JP has to also be wary about certain things as well, because if D-Mac does return, JP is also going to have to be like, listen, again, you cannot be involved here. Like, this life isn't for you. So it does make me wonder, like, what's actually going to happen to D-Mac. And the similarities between, like, him and Tariq is somewhat there, because both of them are pretty smart. Both are stupid, right? But you can say that Tariq has, like, a bit of an experience. Well, shit. Nah, I can't say that. I can't say that, because D-Mac, you can argue D-Mac has maybe more experience, but then it's just that Tariq is, well, fuck. I can't, like, every time I try to think of something, because I'm just like, well, technically they both are smart, so I can put them on the pedestal of them both being smart but being stupid at the same time. So I was trying to give, like, one or the other, like, the benefit of the doubt, but I said, no, fuck it. It's they both are dumb. They both are dumb on choosing the life, but ultimately that life is gonna get somebody killed. And let me know in the comment section down below on what are your thoughts? Like, what are your thoughts on, like, D-Mac? Like, again, like, do you believe that Tommy, like, out of everything that Tommy is doing to protect him, do you believe that either A, like, Tommy is either gonna teach him the game because he's not listening or whatever? Like, do you believe also that maybe if he is taught the game, will he be more of a Kanan? Right? Will he be more of a Kanan? Maybe more strategic in the streets. He's using his brain power for, like, other things. Or do you really see him as, like, a Tariq, but a Tariq in Chicago? Like a Tariq in Chicago that's, like, doing the whole selling drugs online thing, but at the same time, he's doing that, but he also wants to run in the streets and be by Tommy's side, gunning people down and selling drugs alongside with him, which is a bad thing. Because if anybody knows about, like, well, everybody really knows about D-Mac, but you don't want more people knowing, because then they'd be like, okay, we know what Tommy's weakness is and we can go after Tommy, because Tommy brought in D-Mac in the first, I think, episode. I think it was like the first or second episode when he got shot. Well, no, not when he got shot, but when he was injured from the gunshot. And then it was just like, okay, again, that's exposure right there. It's just more things that could be a weakness for Tommy, and Tommy doesn't want any of that, so he's trying to protect him. But again, we just gonna have to, like, wait and see. And also, too, do you believe that if Tommy will ever have an opportunity to change D-Mac, or do you believe that ultimately he probably might have to kill him? He might have to kill him to protect himself, and don't want to follow down the footsteps of how Ghost was taken out by his own son, and it'd be ironic he gets taken out by his own nephew, right? That'd be something. But again, let me know what you guys think, and like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you all in the next one.